different changes that we go through. My husband and I founded it together in 2009. We incorporated it as a nonprofit. From 2010, we have been working with hard to reach, high risk young people, teenagers, because of my story. And that's a whole nother testimony, coming from being in a gang, coming from, living on the streets, being a street girl, coming from being on crack cocaine, coming from being shot in the head and left for dead. So I can go on and on about my story. But Seasons of Change is a nonprofit that works with approximately 10,000 families across the Metroplex each year. I am very low key. This past Christmas, we did 12,000 families. We did 12,000 kids for Christmas. We're just doing God's work. We're doing what we're called to do. We serve everybody. Most of our population are young men, teenage young men, who just need someone to straighten them up, just need somebody to encourage them. We serve every ethnicity has come through our doors. And here's what they say, Tavian, how can you have a Christian ministry and do such work? Well, how can you not? How can you not have such a ministry and a work with government funds? I don't have to say Jesus. I just got to show you how he acts. I got to show you how he loves. And that's what Seasons of Change does. When you come in our doors, whatever your situation is, whether you're a family that needs help or a young person that needs encouragement and guidance, you feel the love of God. That's who we are. Our motto is changing our community from the inside out. See, the reason why I believe God has had us hidden is because every major organ in your body is hidden in some kind of cavity.
Come on, sis.
So the things that really affect us, you can't see. You can't see my heart moving. You can't see my brain. You can't see my lungs and my liver because they're encased. And that's where God has Seasons of Change. He has us encased. A lot of people have not heard of us, but we do a lot of work. We do a lot of work across the Metroplex.
I'm here to just girl, you blow me away. You blow me away, because when I tell you, when I say you remind me of like my sister, like it's just like when we talk, it's just like no pun, none of that. It's just like the realness.
Yes.
The truth.
Yes.
And one thing about it is in this because of your heart. And I know this because I do the same thing, right?
Yes.
Not on the scale that you are doing it right now, but we have our nonprofit 501c3. I haven't even tapped into it yet since we got ours in 2010, right? But it was so many people who just wanted money to do stuff. Like everybody, well, if you want a grant, if you want this, you give me 10% and all this. And I just said, just wait. I said, God, I just hold off on all that stuff because I did not want to deal with, dealing with people who was shiesty. And now that you have said, okay, God had blessed you to go and to see how to do it inside. He gave you an inside
track.
And so guess what? You don't need all of the people to come on the outside and say, who I can do. He said, I'm going to show you how to do it yourself. And then after I show you, I'm telling you, miracles are still happening because y'all haven't heard her miracle yet. But but even after, he showed you how to do these things, sis, and he taught you, you said it before, and I kind of like maybe reworded it a little bit. I said, okay. I'm going to tell you what I said, know who you labor amongst because they are wolves in the pack.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
They're wolves in the pack.
Yes, they are.
They look like a sheep, but there's wolves in the pack.
Yes, they are.
And so it's so hurtful. Like I was sharing with my husband, and he know my heart, and I'm such a giving person. I would totally if you need something, my husband will tell you, I'm the type of person who, if you need something and you're hungry, I'm going to feed you. You know, I don't care if you just stab me in the back or whatever.
That's me.
You know, I mean, if you need a ride, I may call Uber for you. But you know, but you will get home. You know, I'll pay you. I'll pay you. You know what I'm saying? You know, but I mean, the bottom line is my heart is so big. But at the same time, when you get hurt so many times, it toughens your skin.
It toughens your skin.
It toughens you to be like, okay, like when Jesus was bold, Jesus was like the most passive person it was. Like he was just like one of them chill people, like, you know. But then when he got mad, he would turn over the table. People didn't mess with him. You know, I mean, when he turned over, not one person put their hands on him.
No.
I read it. I read it for myself.
That's what it said.
It said, he said, you will not make my daddy's house a den of thieves.
That's right.
That's what he said. And I keep on looking for somebody to want, you know, to shoot him, or somebody to try to stab him, or somebody to, you know, come back at him. Not a peep.
Not a peep. And that's the way we have to be. You have to remember that what God told me, he said, I'll toughen your skin, but don't change your character.
Oh, yes.
And see, when people come, because I've had that happen to me. I've had pastors and other people who haven't paid me for grant writing, and that's why I don't grant write for other organizations no more. My board put a gag order on me, but I do consult, and my husband. And I mean, because I'm anointed to do the work, and our organization is only 5 years old. It's not you know, we're not an old organization, because we did right by the people, and we did right by the funds that God has blessed us. But you cannot there are people who come, and my husband says this all the time, they want to come and take away the recipe. They want your recipe, but they haven't practiced enough on making it. I have grandma's pound cake, but I don't make it like grandma.
That's right.
Grandma did something a little different. And people can't take your recipe if God has anointed you for the work. And because we are anointed for the work, who can compete with God? And once I got to that point, I said, Lord, seasons belongs to you. The work belongs to you, because only what you do for him's gonna last anyways.
Amen.
You know what? I love her. Like
I love you too, girl.
I love her. Let me tell you something. And this is something that just happened to me not too long ago, and I can share it because it's mine. You know, I had to go to Houston for something, you know, down there for an event, and I got real tired, and so I had somebody driving for me, this person, you know, and this person was just like, you know, oh, God told me that I'm your armor bearer and all this kind of stuff, right? Oh, I want to go wherever you go, I go. You know what I'm saying, right? You better watch those people.
Yes,
and so anyway, you know, I had got real tired. We left like 4 o'clock in the morning, right? And so anyway, about 2 hours into the ride, I was like so tired, and God was trying to teach me a lesson. So my husband bought me a BMW. And so I love my car, baby. I love my car. Listen. And so anyway, you know, I was like, you know what? I said, you go ahead and drive, you know, and just get us down there. And we went to this one place, Walgreens. We stopped at Walgreens. And so anyway, but I heard God say, drive your car. And I was like, no, we got to go pick up somebody from the airport. I let her drive there, blah, blah, blah. Being lazy, you know. All of a sudden, I hear boom. I woke up so quick. I woke up so quick, sis. I was just like, you know, my car got sensors. It got a rear thing that you can look, you know, and you can see if anything behind you, you know, all kind of stuff, right? I mean, all the bells and whistles, you know, it's making noises.